Okay, so upcoming events, we've got the end of January, the Klondike Derby. Okay. February the 6th is a Saturday. Okay. February the 7th is Scout Sunday. So traditionally we have our lock-in on Scout Sunday weekend. So we're going to have a lock-in on February the 6th. It's going to start at 8 p.m. Okay? The boys going to Philmont need to be at the church at 6:30 because we're having a mandatory crew meeting. All boys should be present, including our 2 boys from other troops. And we will discuss trek plans that night. Okay? So, also, as we did last year, we're going to cook chili for the church congregation on Sunday at lunch. Okay? And all donations will go toward the Philmont trip. Okay? All right. So, back to you.
Back to you. Here's Chris Ford to offer our Scoutmaster's moment.
All right. So, I had something planned for tonight for Scoutmaster's moment, because I didn't plan on doing as much talking as I've done up to this point. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this because this is important. I think this is important. I learned about this in Woodbadge, and then when I went to MYLT and worked on staff, I noticed they did the same thing. And we're going to start this as a tradition in Troop 180. One thing we don't do or haven't done in the past is there's been no official recognition of our senior patrol leaders or our patrol leaders, right? We vote them in, usually at a meeting, and there's really no recognition. But one thing that you're supposed to do is it's kind of like a swearing in, right? The senior patrol leader before you is supposed to swear you in as a new senior patrol leader. And there's actually an oath that was written by Green Bar Bill. Anybody know who Green Bar Bill is? Anybody here that's a big scouter? Jeremy, Green Bar Bill. Ever heard of him? How about Chris Lyon? You know who Green Bar Bill is? All right, so here's my Scoutmaster moment, because I knew who Green Bar Bill was, because I remember reading his articles as a boy growing up, because he always wrote an article in Boy's Life. Now, I didn't really know who he was until several years ago. I was at a merit badge fair, and I was talking to J.D. Hill, who is Baden Powell. He does Baden Powell. And we were talking about William Hillcourt. That's who Green Bar Bill is. So, William Hillcourt was born in Denmark, Copenhagen. And in 1920, he joined the Boy Scouts in Denmark. So, he grew up in the Boy Scouts. Now, when he got to be 20 years old, he had a love of Boy Scouts. And he was a journalist, and he was a book writer. By the time of age 23, he'd written his first book, and it was the scouting experience, and it was all about his adventures as a Boy Scout. So he had talked to his editor for the paper that he worked for into sending him to America because he wanted to cover the first American Jamboree in 1926. So he came over here to America, and while he's here, he falls and breaks his leg. All right? So he is up on stage for whatever reason, and he's trying to get to where he needs to be, and he ends up falling off stage into the lap of James West, which was the first Scout executive. And that was how they met. So he had told James West took him, asked him to come to his office so they could talk. And one of the things that William Hillcourt at the time told James West was he thought that he was not following Baden-Powell's beliefs in what scouting really was in America. Because we weren't really adhering at that time in 1926 to the patrol method. We weren't doing that. That was not what Baden-Powell had laid out. And what's funny is James West says, well, if you think we need to change it, then maybe you can just rewrite our scout handbook. So that started William Hillcourt's new career, because he never went back to Denmark. He stayed in America, and he started writing handbooks, Patrol Leader Handbook, Scoutmaster Handbook. He wrote the Boy Scout Handbook, rewrote it, and he edited it all the way up until he retired, and he died in 1992. 2 of the scout books I have at home were written by Green Bar Bill. So, a little history. Anybody want to know what the green bar is? It's on the patrol leader patch. There are 2 horizontal green bars. He never signed his name William Hillcourt. He always signed it Bill, in cursive, written over 2 green bars. And he was then known as Green Bar Bill. So I'd like to ask Austin and James to come forward. So tonight, Austin's been senior patrol leader for how long? A year. It was January of this year that Austin took over as senior patrol leader. And he is going to pass senior patrol leader on to James Ward. So,
As I say this, please repeat. I'm Honor, as the Troop 180 Senior Patrol Leader. I will do my best to lead the Patrol Leaders Council, lead my troop in all activities, see that patrols are prepared to take an active part in those activities, with the Scout oath and law, and encourage all members of my troop to do the same, work with my Scoutmaster and others, scouters to take my troop running well.
now, I'd like to ask Earl Jernigan and Connor Fitzpatrick to come forward. So these are our current patrol leaders of our 2 patrols, the Buck Patrol and the Snipe Patrol. But they've never been officially recognized or been asked to pledge the oath to the troop. And this is going to be led by the senior patrol leader.
Follow after me. Repeat after me. I'm Honor. As Troop 180 Patrol Leader. I will do my best to take an active part in Patrol Leaders Council. Lead my patrol and control the troop activities. See that my troop is prepared to take an active part in those activities. Scout oath. Live the scout oath and law. And encourage all members of my patrol to do the same. Work with the senior patrol leader to make my patrol run.
All right. So, one last thing. Next Monday night, we're going to wind up popcorn. That's the plan. Gina, what was the total sales?
Total sales were $41,000.
That's a huge, huge number. Do we know what the next,
They have not yet released those
Okay.
numbers.
all right, so we do know
We
that
did
we
not.
were number one in the council. Okay, so that means we beat the PACs, who have a multitude of boys. And that's what maybe some of you all don't know. We compete against other troops and PACs. The PACs are usually sell a lot more popcorn than the troops, just because the sheer numbers of boys.
One of the Pac 180 has 60 boys.
Okay, which is our sister, it's the PAC that feeds Troop 180, 60 boys, and they sold how much?
$31,000.
31,000.
And there's packs in Lexington with over 100
Yes.
So,
The PAC that beat us last year, I believe, had 56 boys in it. And they only beat us by a couple of $100 last year. So, and I know last year they were amazed when I told them I only had 9 boys selling, and we came in second place last year. So this year we came in first place. Boys, congratulations. Great job. So next week, any outstanding popcorn money that we still have, which I know there's a little bit out there, we want to bring it in. So Miss Gina can write your receipt for it, and we can close the books on popcorn 2015.
I'm waiting on the wrap-up of popcorn to plan our wrap-up party. So we have to finish that before that happens because prizes are in. Most of them, I don't have high achiever prizes yet. Most of the prizes are in there at my house. But that being said, you were giving out dates in January. If you chose to go to Gaddingtown, and parents, if they don't remember that school, you can contact me and I can let you know. The Gaddingtown lock-in is January the 23rd. Okay, that's a Saturday night. Yeah, that's a Saturday night from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. Now, for the past 4 years, that date has been snowed out. They always reschedule, but it has been snowed out, and they are awesome about rescheduling it the Saturday night before Scout Sunday. So let's hope that doesn't happen. The Clarion Fun Dome Party will be Sunday, February, and I'll post these dates. Sunday, February the 21st from 2 in the afternoon to 7 p.m. And when you signed up with me, when you all came into the kitchen and talked to me, if you signed up for one or the other, you have already been registered. And the parent that goes with them has been registered as well. And then the McKee Shooting Sports Party is Saturday, March the 5th at 9 a.m. So those dates, and I'll get those posted so that everybody knows exactly what they